Okay, so to recap, first we went to sell the rug at the governess's house. I'm not really sure what her title is. She's like the governor or mayor of the town or whatever. We went to sell uh, Snaggletooth's rug and some of our rubies, and we ended up saying that it was for what's his name? Uh, what's his
Oaksley.
name? Oaksley, yeah, we ended up saying that it was Oaksley's company that we were selling it for. So we went back, and he's going to get a bunch of gold, and we're going to get it back eventually, hopefully. But it did a lot of good for his business. But then we decided to go down to the docks, and we ran into Oliver, who we stole all our gems from, and we didn't realize it until he said that. And it was kind of a tense moment where we almost got into a fight with them, but we backed off. And then I gave him my Ring of Whispers in exchange for, and my rubies, and my rubies and quartz and all that stuff. I gave him back his gold or his jewels, and I gave him the Ring of Gossip in order to trade for a spell in which I can create a hob. Let's see. 500 gold piece of hob spell. Yeah, I know the hob spell now. And so he also told us that he was going off island to somewhere else, and we wanted to join him. But we also met Grok, who was this half-orc that I think it was a half-orc. We met him at the governess's house, and we said we'd be friends with him and go and try and have a drink with him before we left because we felt really bad for him. He seemed like he didn't have a lot of friends. So we had a drink with him, and then we came back to the ship, and now we're on our way to a new island, and to Jake's expense.
Yep. Well said. So you guys did.
Wait, you forgot about Sandra Brickett.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
the one thing you forgot is you guys decided to go back to the hole in the tree for one last delve. But there was a stack of bricks stacked next to the tree, and you guys were curious enough about it to poke at it for a while, finding out that it is a semi-sentient ooze which attaches itself to bricks, and Snaggletooth was able to sway it like that of a stray cat to follow you all. You now have a wheelbarrow to push it around in the stack of semi-sentient bricks. In addition to that, the only thing I will add is you guys did find out that the rug was magical in the offering of it to her. So in giving the Baroness, the rug, you did find out that it was magical. And then, yeah, you guys found the stack of bricks, brought it along with you, setting off sail with the Oliver.
We promised to be.
I want to make sure I get the date right. I believe it is the 12th of Shadow Rest at this point.
12th Shadow Rest.
Yes. Yes, it is late autumn, nearly winter, as the winds have gone cold. Skies are often gray and overcast. You guys have been aboard Oliver's ship here, which is surprisingly without a name. The small, it's akin to that of a longship. It has a main mast in the fore side that has large red sails, and then a small mizzen mast on the back side. This ship is equipped with a wheel. Also, the main mast has a dwarven rune on it. Xander, you were able to see that beforehand, but have not yet recognized its meaning or significance. You guys have been on the seas now for a few days. Do either of you guys have rations?
Yeah.
Okay. You would have both consumed at least 3 rations at this point.
I don't. I gave my rations so I could carry the wheelbarrow full of bricks. So the ones he ate are the ones I gave him.
Oh, nice. So do we not have 6 rations amongst the both of you then?
I had 3 sets of 3 rations.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
I
okay.
can give, yeah, so I can give 3 of them to Sean. Sean's character, Snaggletooth.
Nice.
Oh,
So you
thank you.
you guys have been sailing for this time together, and all of a sudden there's a large thud that happens from below deck. The ship rocks slightly, and Oliver sends Snaggletooth to go check it out. Hey, go make sure that stuff is secure down there.
You do so.
All right. You walk down into the dark underneath the deck, and you can see that there are a few barrels that are rolling about. And in one of them is a hobbit who comes conscious as they're rolling back and forth across the waves.
I have that look like the
Tried.
cat in the
Sorry.
meme. That's just like, oh hey guys.
I can't see you.
Yeah, you can't see me. Okay.
Wait.
Like the cat
What?
with the
Okay,
salad.
I can see you now. Oh, with the salad. Ah, yeah, I got you.
And then I'm like, oh hey guys, good to see you again. I ran off with like armfuls of jewels, by the way, and you haven't seen me in weeks. And my usually nice tidy outfit is once again scraggly and yeah. Hey, also I have a question for something off stage.
Okay, shoot.
I do have armfuls of gems. Can I, without role playing through all of it, if you would like, since there's a carousing table and Hob Sminder Gem does blow all his money, can I blow all the money?
Actually, what
Well-
I would like is for you to give me 86.
Give you what? I missed that.
D6?
A D6. All right,
Yes.
a D6. Here you
Roll
go.
of a D6.
A 1.
A 1. As you offer them amount to people of town, first you offer them to Oaksley. He says he can't afford them. You offer them to other people. You offer them to the Smiths Guild, and they too refuse them. However, in asking about town, you eventually find out that you run out of customers. Instead, what happens is your friend from the church, Miss Moira, a lady of the cloth, she approaches and she offers to buy them.
Okay, well, I would certainly sell them to her.
However, what her offer would be 30 gold apiece and an idol.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. And yeah, she would gladly trade you with you then.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Use some Common Core math here.
30 times 8 is 240.
Yeah, I was thinking I was gonna. Okay, 240. 240 gold. I blow all of it, obviously.
Okay, sounds good. I'd also like you made D20.
All right. My hope is to, like, explain why I'm showing up in a barrel, which this makes sense to me.
All right. The idol you have is a small kraken. Looks to be carved out of some pearl or marble like structure, and then it is strung with this like woven string that makes into like a necklace or a pendant.
Okay. I will wear that, because I don't know any better.
Okay.
All right. What happens when I blow all my money on booze and debauchery?
You end up where you are now on a boat where you don't know where you're going or who else is with you or what's going on really.
Makes sense. I don't really remember what happened the past couple weeks. Do you, fellas?
Just gonna like very quietly hush him and then like try to hide him in my wheelbarrow of rocks
Okay.
because I don't want Oliver to find out he's a stowaway.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you just push him in. Okay. Then what happens?
I make sure everything else is nailed down and not filled with more hobbits, and
Okay.
then
Go
go
ahead, give me a
back and be
strength
like,
check.
yes, I have that. I have the strength. Oof, not very much of it. 18.
18. Yeah, you're able to make quick work of restacking the barrels and securing them with pulleys and tying them off correctly.
All right, then I return and say, yes, everything is tied down correctly. Now. I put a lot of emphasis on the now.
He says, "All right, and there's nothing strange down there."
Nothing stranger than anything else that's gone awry today.
He nods in acceptance. He then calls for Xander. What is Xander's role that he's taken up on the ship?
The lookout at the crow's nest.
Nice. Go ahead and give me a. Well, they're not perception check. That's not really a thing. Just give me a wisdom check. That's the thing.
With advantage because I'm a sailor?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wisdom 14.
14. You see the following. So, you guys have been sailing westward over the last few days, and to the south, you can see what looks like a large reef. The reef is filled with the scatterings of crabs and larger-looking. They look kind of like about a bull-sized lobster that has like these large rockish carapaces on them. They seem to be scattering over what looks like a shipwreck. You also see something else strange. If you look to the north, you can see that there are these strange waves. The waves themselves are like that of semi-dome-like, and then they have these small whirlpools coming off of either side, almost like an omega shape. If you're familiar with like the Greek letter omega, it kind of looks like that. There's these waves that kind of resemble like the omega shape to the north of you. So this is what you notice with the 14.
You said the reef was south?
Correct.
Okay.
And the waves are to the north.
I've asked Captain. There's a reef bearing south and some weird omega-shaped wave bearing north.
You haven't looked at this. I don't know if he knows what you're talking about. He's not the most competent of sailors. He says, "All right, okay," and then he's going to look off in the distance with like a 1,000-yard stare for a moment, and he's going to look back to you. And say, "What do you think we should do then?" Kind of takes off his hat and holds it against his chest. What are we doing here?
So
we don't want to run a. Sorry, go ahead.
I just want to clarify. I am buried in rocks.
You're stashed in a pile of rocks
Okay.
in the underdeck. Yes.
Gotcha.
It's a pile of sad bricks, but yes.
Yeah.
Her name is Sandra Buckick.
Brickick, I thought.
Brickick, yes. I don't... The actual name is Bullock, so I'm like, my brain's dumb. Brickick, yes, thank you for fixing me.
Well, Captain, we don't want to head south. That'll run us into the reef. And that wave looks kind of ominous, so that gives us east or west. Which one is the direction which we are supposed to be going? What island are we supposed to be going to anyway?
He looks down and begins to rifle through his jacket, pulls out a small map, and this is like a tattered map that's like has holes in it. And he kind of like holds it up, and you kind of make eye contact with him through one of the holes in the map. He goes, "Well, we were supposed to go to Desosa, but I haven't sailed there in years. In fact, I kind of forgot the way."
Well, all right then. I pull out a coin and flip it. Heads we go east, tails we go west.
Sorry, my daughter interrupted me. What did you say? Say it again.
I
Sorry.
took out a coin and flipped it. Heads we go north, or sorry, heads we go east, tails we go west.
All right, go for it.
What do I don't actually have a coin on me.
Just you roll any die, odds or evens.
Okay, I'll roll a
I mean-
d6. Odds are heads.
Okay.
Okay, tails. So we're going west.
All right, so you can continue straight dead ahead then. At this point,
Tell him to roll 1d2,
Hob-
but his internet's out.
yeah, Hob, you've been sitting in this pile of bricks where Snaggletooth stashed you. As you kind of come to, you smell a strange smell. What do you think lightning smells like?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I think lightning smells like?
Yeah. What does Hob think lightning smells like?
I feel like I made you mad. Like, but I'm interested to see what torments await Hob here. What does lightning smell like? I think it's like this. I don't know what lightning smells like, and I don't know what Hob thinks lightning smells like. But I think it's like when the neurons in your brain can taste colors, or like a banana. Banana. You're like, why do I taste banana and smell burnt bread? And it's that's what
you
lightning
can
tastes
taste
like.
banana and smell burnt bread, and the hairs on your forearms are standing up.
Oh no.
But this pile of bricks that kind of like make up your backrest and kind of sit across your lap, they all beginning to kind of undulate a little bit. The ship is just rocking to and fro as ships do, but also you hear a sound like a box shifting, and a box slides slightly forward. And in the dark down here, it's hard to tell, but you're pretty certain that box is oddly coffin shaped. And these bricks around you begin to kind of undulate slightly. What do you do?
Wait, they undulate? Like they're like
Yes.
Jell-O?
They are. I guess a better way to describe them is more like vibrating.
Oh, they're vibrating.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get out of these bricks, and then I get out of the bricks and I run away up to everybody else.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
you
pretend
run-
he was there the whole time if anybody asks.
you run up, opening the trap door, and for a moment no one notices you, and then Oliver turns around and goes, "Oh no, one of the Hobbs has broken their spell," and he draws a pistol from his jacket, and he holds it out, aiming it
I'll
towards
like
you.
throw up a hand and be like, no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
I
No,
dive towards Snaggletooth, and I'm like, Snaggletooth, save me!
This
You know
is
this creature?
our friend. Yes, he's a halfling? Hobbit? What are you, dude?
I
But he
pull my
all
waistcoat
in
back
character.
over my belly, and I'm like, I am a halfling, and also of I have too many notes of
sharing the wheelbarrow with Sandra Brickick. That's all. He's been here the whole time, right? Wizard slave. Wink.
I'm,
Yes,
in
he's
fact,
been here
I'm
the whole
a
time.
member of House Hykides. In fact, And I just seem to have lost my way, and also the last 3 weeks.
AKA, he's with us, Captain.
He looked to you first, and if you imagine for him, he puts his gun away and goes, "You guys stash it anymore?"
I don't think so, but I guess we'll find out if Sarah Brickick opens up.
I mean, I knew you guys broke into my safe, so I knew you guys were capable, but sneaking stowaways aboard, that's...
No, we didn't sneak him. He was just sleeping in the wheelbarrow.
I look at like everybody else, and I see that, you know, I've caused some trouble, and I like, no. Sneaking is my specialty.
He just nods agreeably. All right. Well, skip 2. He's going to hand you a mop.
Oh, man.
And be discreet about it, he says as he waves a finger. He's going to go back to the wheel, and then he asks Xander again, so we're heading due west then?
Aye, Captain.
All right. You guys continue due west till the sun begins to set. At this point, the winds are beginning to be bitter chill. The main mast has that dwarven rune carved into it. The rune begins to glow red. And Oliver kind of perks up and comes up to inspect it. It's been an awful long time since this has happened. And he's going to then this. See if I know how to do the thing with this stuff. All right. He strokes his chin. He says, "It's been an awful long time since this has happened. In fact, I can't remember what it means." And then he's going to go back and return to the wheel.
Can I take a stab at what it might mean?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a intelligence check at advantage since you're a wizard.
23.
23. You know this rune as you look at it. It's basically a rune for like a what's the best way to describe this? It's like a focus or like a center point of someone. Though you don't know the exact rune of like what this rune is like a symbol for, or like what this rune is exactly, since it's dwarvish, you don't know it, but you do know that it's like this focus of like home. You get this sense of like returning to point, and you kind of get the sense like if it's like a homing beacon almost.
Captain, I say we keep heading west. I think this little rune here is going to lead us straight to a port of some sort.
He says, aye, and heads you away. You guys have to pull to on some ropes at a couple times so the wind picks up. The chilling wind rakes across your cheeks, but you're able to stay firm. After some points, you guys notice the wave beneath you begins to pick up, and you almost feel like a slight sense of weightlessness for a moment, and the whole ship kind of crashes down, and then happens again a little bit higher. Feel this sense of like being higher than the area around you, and then crashing down. It's like getting more and more intense as you guys go down. At this point, I'd like Snaggletooth to give me a wisdom check.
Fuck me, 3.
All right, so you don't notice anything in particular. Hob, though, you do have this strange sense of that unsettling feeling you had below deck begins to return. Though it is faint, you do get an unsettling feeling.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you again, Xander. Snaggletooth, Never mind the past few weeks. What job are we on? Who's your captain here? What's with the glowing boat?
Okay, so just a quick recap. This is Oliver. He's the captain of the ship. He's also the proprietor of the mines that we kind of took all those rubies from. So, yeah. And the glowing signal is, I think, a homing beacon for a certain port. Not sure which port. Not sure if it's an island. I don't know, but we're gonna keep heading that way until we figure out where this homing signal is coming from.
Say, I thought Oliver was some kind of sort of a gangster. I thought he was supposed to be kind of a scary guy.
Yeah, he's all right once you get to know him, as long as you don't mess with his little hobs. He's got invisible little hob people that are working for him, if you hadn't noticed.
I had not noticed.
Apparently look a lot like our halfling friend.
Well, okay. Well, I don't know how you would know that. They're invisible. But, look, something smells weird. Like burnt toast and bananas. And I know that smell. It's bad.
Are you sure it's just not the rum talking?
Boy, where's the rum gone?
Do you have any rum?
I mean, I don't. Maybe Oliver does.
Do I see any rum nearby, even like in a room or anything?
Cask or something.
You oddly remember diving into a barrel of rum in the entry of the ship. It's like a flashback. Like, oh my gosh, yes, there was rum below deck.
Okay. Is it far away to get below deck and try to scoop some rum?
Nope. You'd have to maybe make a light or something to find it quickly.
I have a single torch, and that's all I have in my entire inventory, other than ivory pendant. So I light the torch, and then I run down to the rum, and I scoop some of it and put it in my mouth, holding the torch away. And then I go back, and because I'm wondering if I'm suffering the effects of withdrawal, and so then I smell. Do I still smell electricity?
No, not above deck.
Yeah, you're probably right. I was just drunk. Then I tamp the torch.
Fair enough.
Good to me.
Oliver looks over the rail at these waves that are crashing up and smashing down again. He goes, I'll be honest, I've only sailed a few times on my own. Crew kind of fell apart last time. I thought these hops would be enough to keep the ship together, but if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think I'd make it out here on my own.
Speaking of hops,
Glad we're able to help.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was just saying glad we were able to help. What are you going to say?
I throw my hand out to try to shake Captain Oliver's hand.
He shakes it.
It's going to get kind of confusing there, Captain. My name is Hob.
Oh, how unfortunate. He then gestures to the ship around him. He goes, though they make themselves scarce normally, when called to, I have a whole lot of hops running about. The bravest of the bunch would be Mackie. He does a high-pitched whistle, and you hear the slapping of bare feet come towards you, and till they're right in front of you. And I think maybe as someone who can turn invisible themselves, you get the sense of place of where they are next to you, and you hear a voice.
Do I recognize anything about the language?
No, he uses he's Mackie. It's just like a weird lispy voice. We'll talk about this.
Oh, hi, Mackie. Hey, Captain Oliver's kind of a Chad. He's kind of a dude.
Yeah, he hits us a lot. We don't like him. He's grumpy a lot.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Why don't you just take over the ship and kill him, and take everything?
How far
slower,
away is he from Oliver?
like maybe like 30 feet.
Yeah.
Like it's not like too far. This ship is like double near from edge to edge. Like it's not a big,
Okay, so
big
like,
ship.
is he hearing this
Haha,
conversation?
Hobbit.
Is the question, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
Hobbs,
think
Hobbs is
I
quite the
don't
jokester.
I
Hobbs quite
don't
the
think
jokester, Captain Oliver. Yeah, he very
I
funny,
don't
Hobbs.
I
Very
don't think
funny.
I think Oliver kind of dismisses it because they probably complain a lot. Like they probably talk a lot about how much they don't like him. Um, but then he goes. Oliver actually turns and he joins the conversation. He goes, "Now, Mackie, you keep it up, and I'll dispel you." And he goes, "Blah blah blah blah." You hear the naked feet kind of go back to the ropes. At this point, waves are literally lifting the ship dozens of feet in the air, and then dropping and crashing down. The whole ship begins to tilt bow first into waves. Waves crash over the deck. Xander, go ahead and give me a intelligence check at advantage.
18.
18. You notice that the mast begins to glow even brighter, and the wood that makes up the mast itself begins to almost resonate and glow from the seams of it, as if within the grain of the wood, the magic is like amplifying and like trying to seep out. The mast seems to be like under this intense strain. You also get the sense of like something lifting you, like the presence of something else. What do you do?
I first find a rope and tie myself to the ship to make sure I don't go overboard. And then I suggested to my mates, "Hey guys, you should probably tie yourselves off to make sure you don't go overboard." And Captain, there's something really odd about this magic. I don't really quite understand it, but something weird is happening. I don't know if we should keep going or not.
Okay. With your warning, he looks to the others and says, "Well, let's put it to a vote. Do we keep two? I don't know how to get there if we don't keep at least some direction."
We should probably do whatever the wizard says. He's usually pretty smart about this stuff, most of the time.
I say we keep going, but that's just my sense of adventure talking.
I mean, I'm good with keeping going. I got no problems with dealing with the sea. Yer.
What
And
say
he
you,
looks-
Hob?
Well, that leads me to my next question, gentlemen and lady. And I tug down my waistcoat back over my belly and I say, "Where's the next job?"
As you say that, waves begin to rush away from the ship from every direction, as these barnacles and these large shell-like structures begin to make themselves present all around the ship. The ship seems to like be drained of any water nearby as it becomes like careened on what seems like a reef. For a moment, there's a moment of panic, but there seems to be continual movement. The mast begins to glow almost so bright it is almost like a torch of its own. This bright red light coming from it. At this point, the sun completely sets, and there is this bright light emitting from this that's brighter than any of the stars around you. Snaggletooth, you hear the sound of a whale bellowing nearby.
There's a lot going on this ship.
Engine. I want to respond to the whale.
Okay.
So here is my whale song.
Pretty good.
That was something.
Took all my willpower not to turn it into Chewbacca.
All your whale. It took all your
Well
whale power.
Oh, good job. You get a look token for that one.
Hey.
Snaggletooth, as you bellow this out, you get a tug on your side.
Yes. Person or not person at my side.
You look down at your side. There's this loop of rope that goes around nothing, kind of hovering in the air, and then continues. And goes, "Are you a real person too?"
I mean, I must be if you fell for that. Haha.
You're good at swimming?
I don't know.
Okay.
Please don't push me overboard.
the little loop of floating rope waddles away.
Hooray!
Alright. At this point, everyone go ahead and give me another perception check. Or another wisdom check, that's what it's called. I forget what game we're playing it is sometimes.
8.
Nat 20.
Natural.
7.
Okay. Both Hob and Snaggletooth, you guys get this sense of like rattling going on. Like the planks of wood which make up the ship itself begin to vibrate. And Hob, that strange smell does return. But Xander, you notice a few things. First of all, you notice that this is no reef, but is instead a very large manta ray. A manta ray which is probably a quarter mile in either direction. It
Holy crap.
literally lifts the entire ship and is carrying it above the water on its back as it is still mostly submerged. You get this strange sense of being very small next to it. You sense another thing. The smell of electricity tickles your nose, and you get this feeling of powerful magic, not just from the mast of the ship, but also from below deck.
Hob, did you say you tasted banana? I think I'm tasting banana too, man. That's weird. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go investigate down below real quick. And by the way, we're on top of a really big manta ray, and I'm thinking that's what the sigil was a warning for, is this manta ray. So we're sitting on top of it right now, but I'm gonna go under below deck and see what's up with that and see if we can figure out what's going on here. So I'll go below deck.
Okay.
When you say that's weird, do you mean that's fucking bananas?
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Okay, fine. You can have a luck token too. I really don't want to be encouraging this for sure. So
I promise I wasn't doing it for the token. I was doing it for the laughs.
Okay, good. We're gonna go ahead and say that Xander's gonna go first. Oliver's gonna follow behind. Are you guys gonna stay above deck, or you can go too?
There's a lot of stuff happening on this ship, Snaggletooth. And it makes me kind of uncomfortable.
Oh, I think that's just because you're a land dwarf, not a sea dwarf.
I am
And
not...
then I go up top.
Unbelievable.
Hop will remember this. Alright, cool.
It kind of is unbelievable.
So are you going below, or are you staying above, Snaggletooth?
Staying above, sorry. I like going above, but I meant staying above, yes.
Okay. What about you, Hop?
I'm gonna go and nag Snaggletooth about what a halfling versus a dwarf is.
Alright, great. Okay, Xander, as you creep down below the trapdoor, it's really, really dark down here. There's faint red glow seeping through the deck above you from the main mast, but there's no light down here.
I light a torch.
Okay. You light a torch to see thoroughly. What you can see are, or rather is, amongst all the crates, there is a open crate that has spilled straw all around it, and there is a large coffin that has it seemingly scraped out from underneath a rack where there were other crates stored. There's like harsh scratch marks across the floorboards, and there are a few barrels on the opposite side stacked neatly where Snaggletooth is able to reconfigure them. But you get this strange sense of your hair begins to stand on end. You get a strange metallic taste as you near the coffin.
Oliver, is there something you want to tell us about this here coffin?
Oh yeah, that one of the priests on the island paid me a handsome loan, rather, to deliver these remains for him.
To where?
Oh, Desosa. This is part of the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he said something about his ancestors wouldn't have it any other way, and I figured, well, money's money, so I agreed. Gave me the heebie-jeebies at first, but it's been on deck for this whole time. It's never caused any problems.
You wouldn't judge me if I cracked open and take a peek, would you?
You cracked open my vaults, and I don't judge you for that, so... He shrugs.
Touche. Okay. I open the coffin.
You open it. First, there's a strange smell of death, but what's stranger still is you begin to hear a whirring sound. A sound almost like that of running water. You get these small clicks and ticks like that of clockwork. You see what looks mostly like a humanoid corpse. However, the arms are covered in this rubber like insulate, and they end in these copper gauntlets. There's also a copper chest piece which covers the top of the torso. It has these large prongs that kind of come off the end, and both of them end in a copper orb. And it's wearing this strange copper helmet, the eyes of which look like that of a diving helmet. And it has, again, two more of these prongs that come off of it with these copper orbs on it. From what you can tell, these remains seem to be maybe humanoid, or like human, or maybe elvish, or maybe somewhere in between. Although the flesh is completely gone to necrosis, it looks like this body is at least a couple months old, if not older. That's what you see.
Were any of the orbs not attached to the suit, or are all the orbs attached to the suit?
No, they're all attached. There are one on each shoulder and two on the helmet.
Okay. Huh. What happens if I try to take the suit off of the bones?
Okay, you first roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
See madness.
That'd be a 4.
A 4. What happens is this great bolt of electricity zaps from it. This arc of lightning comes off, and this arc of this arc of lightning comes off, and you are paralyzed for 1d4 rounds. Go ahead and roll a d4.
Oh no.
That'd be a 1.
Okay, so you're paralyzed for a round. Then the eyes begin to glow bright blue, and the creature sits up, raising up from the torso. It then turns its head and extends an arm. I'm gonna have Oliver roll a con save. He has a +2 to this. So he's going to also fail. And he is going to be paralyzed alongside you. He's able to get his hand on his pistol, but the arc of lightning was enough to take him down. He lays next to you with his muscles spasming, able to squeeze out one curse on his way down. The creature then exits the coffin. At this point, both Hob and Snaggletooth, you guys hear a sound below deck, like that of a flash of a small explosion.
Snaggletooth, I smell banana, and I think cooked elf.
Do I smell cooked elf?
Give me a wisdom check at advantage.
Is it not showing up on
Oh, you know what? I did that wrong. Hold up. I'm just gonna do it the normal way because that makes 0 sense to me that it did that again. I remember we had that problem last time. So dirty 20.
With the dirty 20, you don't smell cooked elf. However, you do smell the spray of the sea around you. You also, in taking a deep breath, can see on the horizon these dark thunder clouds are chasing the ship. However, the speed of this creature that's carrying you guys is able to keep you ahead of it.
Okay, there is a lot going on this ship.
Yeah. I just look down at Hob and I'm just like, I don't smell elf flesh cooking, but man, there's a lot of smell up here. Let's go down and check on my elf slave.
All right.
I keep forgetting the name again. I'm sorry.
Slave? Okay. I'm amused to myself and I follow her.
Alright, you guys go below deck. Xander, I need you to roll d6. Say 4?
5.
5. Okay. You guys skitter down the trapdoor. You see Xander's torch sputtering on the ground next to him and Oliver, who seem to be incapacitated. In front of them, you see, or rather walking over them, you see this corpse of a creature wearing these copper gauntlets, copper chest piece, and copper helmet. It seems to be shambling towards you. He's got these blue glowing eyes as he's walking towards you.
I look down at Hob and say, I'm sorry, you were right. That was cooked elf.
Oh, no. Is there anything nearby that I could improvise as a weapon? Barrels, is there... Oh, I have a mop!
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna attack it with my mop.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Alright. It says I have +1 for attacks. I rolled a 7, probably -1 because my strength is a 6.
Okay. You swing at it, and surprising at the reflexes of this thing, is able to slightly move out of the way in timing with the swaying of the ship, and your swing does not fall true. Snaggletooth, you have a chance to act.
Right. Now, I could take out my club, but can I use Hob by the feet to also attack with his mop?
Wait, what? You want to pick up Hob and swing Hob who's swinging the mop?
Exactly.
Does Hob consent to such an action?
It's an infallible strategy.
I'll take that as a yes.
Sounded like one to me.
Alright. First roll a strength check. And then you roll the attack. Pick up an entire person. You're able to trip Hob as he as you lift one leg, he
You get
is
another
cut
plus
off.
one on top of that, so it's actually a 10.
Uh,
I don't know if that actually helps.
no. Sadly, you are just able enough to unbalance Hob, and Hob falls over.
Ouch!
At this point, the creature moves forward, and you hear a voice emanating from it, which sounds distant yet present. And it sounds also kind of like the ringing of a bell. And he says, "Tell brother I was sorry." And both of you give me a con save.
I'm not trying to con anyone.
Net 20.
Nice.
9.
Nice. So give me a D4, Snaggletooth. As these bolts of lightning emit from it, they kind of find strange places of purchase. Snaggletooth, you get hit right in the jaw. Cobb, an arc goes right over your head, but in typical fashion, you're able to duck under it. And at that point, Xander, your muscles relax long enough for you to regain control of them. What do?
I cast Magic Missile at the walking suit of armor.
Nice. Spell check.
Okay, hold on 1 second. 20 to hit.
Nice. That will hit.
Okay. 3 damage.
Okay. The bolt blasts into the back of the creature. It then turns over, looking at you. It's going to go to grab a hold of you. Go ahead and give me a post strength check here. It has a +4 to its roll.
That'd be a strength check. That'd be a 3.
Okay. It is able to just barely pick you up off your feet and turns back and is going to carry you up the angled stairway upwards. It's more of a ladder than a stairway, but it's going to try to carry you up there. As it begins to go up there, it is now Oliver's turn, but Oliver is still paralyzed. Back to Hob.
Alright. Time to come up with a cunning plan. I'm going to try to take one of the nearby barrels. So this is down below deck, right? Where the the wheelbarrow and the rocks are.
Yes.
I'm gonna push over the wheelbarrow of rocks into its path and cover it and try to trip it up and cover it in rocks.
Okay, that'd be a strength check from you. As you lift the barrel of bricks.
I roll the barrel of the wheelbarrow of rocks onto myself and then once again bury it in rocks.
No, what happens is
I have
as
a 1,
you begin.
by the way.
What happens is as you lift it and begin to push it, the bricks begin to fall out of them like a waterfall and stack themselves neatly next to the barrel. But you now have an empty wheelbarrow.
Okay, this is a win. It's better than before.
All right. Anything else?
Everything is according to plan. No, I can only move and act, so that's it.
Okay. All right. That leads us back to Snaggletooth, who is paralyzed, which means it's back to the monster. The monster is going to continue and is going to use its ability here.
Wait, I want to move behind the wall, obviously. You know,
A wall. Stop being mean to Sandra.
I'm definitely going to move behind Sandra. Look at it this way. If it weren't Sandra, I would be behind you, also a wall. So there's that.
Okay. So arcs of lightning begin to spill out from this creature.
Oh,
in every direction. However, the entire ship begins to tilt, nearly like 70 degrees. The bow of the ship goes up. Everything just begins to scatter to the opposite side. Um, the coffin slams against the stern of the ship, and Oliver's paralyzed body falls into it. Then Snaggletooth's paralyzed body stacks on top in a dog pile. At that point, both the creature and Hob have to do a strength check to keep their footing. The creature is able to hold it. She has 16. What's your strength score?
I got my strength score. My strength score is 9.
Okay. So you are able to barely keep your footing, holding onto the bricks next to you, which you notice aren't even shifting slightly, even though all the other items in here are beginning to tilt. The bricks seem to be set firmly in place. Snaggletooth, I need you to do a con save. Sorry, what'd you get?
16.
16. Fantastic. You're able to keep consciousness as debris begins to fall from the opposite side of the ship. Xander, the creature, holds you in front of you and says, "Where is brother?"
I don't know. And is it my turn?
Yes.
I cast Burning Hands.
Burning hands.
Good thing I'm paralyzed. No wonder smartass is trying to come out.
Spell check.
16.
Okay, that'll pass.
Okay, that'll be 1d6. Wait, is that right? D6? Burning Hands? Yeah, D6. 5 damage.
You cast burning hands into it. The metal begins to glow, bright, hot. You hear a groan come from the creature as smoke begins to pour out of its eyes, but it stays firm. That leads us back to Hob. Hob, you're clinging now to these bricks. The whole ship is slanted 70 degrees. What are we doing?
I am going to take the pearl idol pendant necklace, and I'm going to create a safety line with my wrist, and then put it onto the bricks.
So you're going to anchor yourself to the bricks?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a dummy cord is the phrase I'm looking for.
Okay. You're able to do so. That leads us back to Snaggletooth. Snaggletooth is still paralyzed. That leads us back to the monster. Monster is going to continue up the stairway. It's going to be able to make it up and out above deck, and begins to walk towards the edge of the ship. And it just keeps repeating, "Where is brother?" That means it is now Oliver's turn. Oliver finally comes to. Snaggletooth's paralyzed body is on top of him, and he's going to, politely as someone can, try to shove you off, and get his bearings and come to. So let's see if he can. I'm gonna have him roll a check to see if he can do it all on his same turn here. He does not. He's still below deck, rushing towards. Rushing towards Xander. He's unable to get there. It is now Xander's turn again.
I cast Magic Missile.
Alright. Spell check.
$23 to hit.
That will hit.
That'll be 3 damage.
Alright. Okay. The bolt blasts into him. At this point, you notice that a piece of his like torso, where the rib cage was, like falls off, and you see there's like this greenish blue goop, where organs once have been. And sticking out of the goop, you see there are these wires and cords that kind of tangle up, make a mess. You can also see there is like a gear that is partially exposed from his torso underneath this chest plate that he's wearing. The creature continues. It is Hobbs' turn.
Didn't you say the ship was slanted at like a 70-degree angle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're like holding on almost sideways to the decking.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing has gone. I've seen it go up to the upper deck while
Mm-hmm.
Xander's shooting at it. I'm going to try to hold on to the deck, release my dummy cord, and try to get over to Snaggletooth and Oliver to see if I can help them and get them awake.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check. Just with advantage because you're a thief.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Mhm.
You're able to release your dummy cord and make your way over there. At that point, you realize that you're unable to help Snaggletooth because she's unable to help herself. Her muscles are literally spasming, and tensing in an uncontrollable fashion.
Oh. Okay. Also, do I get any sense of what's going on with the ship? Like, why is it tilting? Because did I notice the manta ray or the storm? I saw it on the way in. The storm.
You can have a wisdom check.
Okay. A nat 20. I mean, gosh, what is happening? My browser's freaking out. Let me reload it. I assume it's because there's the thing that was rolling in on us while we're riding a giant manta ray on a glowing pirate ship full of invisible tiny people. But I kind of get lost in the details of which one might be causing that. Also, ghost cyborgs. So
Yeah,
of all the combined factors, does my little poor Hobbit brain come up with like what might be causing all this? I guess.
Yeah, you feel there are multiple things going down.
Okay, that's. I once again say there's a lot of things going on this ship as I like try to like shake Snaggletooth awake and help crush Oliver more.
So, first of all, you get the inclination that like the ship is being raised out of the ground by something, like raised out of the sea by something. Like there's like this sense of like
Yeah.
weightlessness almost. And though maybe you didn't get a good look at it from outside, you definitely sense that's happening. However, you there's no relation to that in your mind between that and this creature that you're facing with right now. But that, like, I don't know what other information I can glean from a nat 20, but...
Well, I know one is if something's lifting us, we wouldn't feel buoyant anymore. We wouldn't feel like we're
Right.
on water. So does it feel like
Yes.
we're... Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
something's lifting the ship up. I'm going to use... If I have any movement left, I'm going to start moving toward the upper deck to try to figure out what's going on. And then that's it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Yeah, let's do another dex check as at advantage, because you're a thief.
12.
12 is just enough to make it there. So you're able to make it to the bottom of the ladder. That ends your turn, and it's back to Snaggletooth. Snaggletooth, your muscles finally relax. You're able to release your awkward pose you had before, and stop ragdolling, and are able to act freely. What do you do?
I'm gonna get up and just be like, "Oh, that was a beach," and then I'm gonna Like, is Hob still down here with me, or he went out?
Hobbs in front of you at the ladder. Oliver is underneath you, technically.
I choose to ignore that second part, so I'm just like standing on him now, like not paying attention. And I just look
Okay.
at Hob and I'm like, "Where did the pissed off monkey armor go?"
You have funny words, Snaggletooth. Let's get out of here.
I'm assuming that means that the armor went up the ladder and I go up the ladder.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex check to make it up the angled flooring.
14.
You take a couple steps and you're unable to make graceful purchase. However, Sandra is able to scatter herself into brick stairs, and able to aid you in your way across. Able to make it right behind Hob at the base of the room. At that point, Oliver is going to whistle for his Hobbs above deck to help, and he just shouts out for Mackie. Xander, you look around you and you see all these rings of floating ropes approaching you, almost as if like lassos had a sentience and were approaching. As you are still weightless off the ground, held aloft by this creature's grip on your chest. Creature is seemingly walking towards the edge of the ship. And you can see behind it these rolling black clouds approaching. You can then see that the edge of the horizon is no longer visible, but there are these barnacles and reefs of what make up this creature on either side. And again, the creature asks, "Where is brother?" As he's holding you near the edge. It's your turn to act.
I go and cast Burning Hands into the internal organs of this beast.
Nice. Spell check. That's a good
Come on, give me a good one. 18.
18. Fantastic.
D6.
Damage.
5 damage.
Nice. The creature begins to cough and groan as it releases you from its grip. It falls to one knee and it spits out a single word, and it says betrayal. And you hear the gears and whirring stops emitting from the creature. You then notice a lifeless husk of the creature flops over and begins to slide across the deck near the stern of the ship, heading actually opposite of the trapdoor. Hob, you were able to make it above deck. At this point, you see the husk of a creature sliding across the deck. You can see rolling thunderclouds are towering above you, and you can see Xander standing on the deck in front of you.
Okay, what's on either side of the ship right now?
If you look out to either side of the ship, you see there are, instead of waves, you see barnacles. As far as your eye can see, dozens of yards out on either side, it's just barnacles. Like a floor of barnacles, like a bed of barnacles.
What's gross? All right. Well, we're going for a ride now. So I go over to Xander. I like hold onto the deck as it's sliding and the thunderclouds and everything. And I like climb over to Xander and I clap him on the shoulder. And I'm like, "We really came together on that one. We did it."
Yes, good job, buddy. I appreciate all the help.
Yeah.
Snaggletooth, you're able to follow up behind. You can also see the barnacles in either direction. You then notice
Before that, I thank Sandra and give one of her bricks a kiss, and then go up.
Okay.
It's always good to be polite.
Does she have another anthropomorphic inanimate object friend again?
Yeah, she lost
Yes.
one and
Alright.
gained another one.
Yeah.
So as you make it above, you hear the sound of the sliding corpse make its way near the edge of the ship. But you notice as it makes it to the railing of the ship, it grabs a hold and clings to the ship on the far end.
I mean, does it seem to be taking us the direction we at least want to go?
You can do a wisdom check.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Do-do-do.
does it look like it's destroying the ship and us, or does it look like it's just like what's it?
12.
12. It seems to be like you're going the same direction. I was mentioning the corpse of this zombie thing will clung to the side of the ship, like it didn't fall all
Oh,
the way.
sorry.
zombie.
My brain
Yeah.
did not read that right.
No, I
Okay.
didn't hear that.
I want to use my club and just like, let me get video on here so you can see what I'm talking about. I want to get my club and just be like, get off. Go away. Stop.
Okay.
Would
All
you
right.
fuck off?
You doing so. Give me a D100.
Never a good sign. 33.
Okay. In doing so, you see these sparks scattering out, flinging from the torso, and you hear a bitter "no" as the corpse falls away, falling out of view and into storm clouds below. You then get a good look at the area around you. You see the edge of this wing of a manta ray, where behind it is storm clouds. Arcs of lightning shoot across the sky for a moment, and then clear as the ship begins to level out again, and then opposite begins to nosedive. All of you feel this rush of wind, followed by a sudden crash of water as the waves envelop all of you. The waves subside, and in doing so, you guys all look around and see open, clear waters for all directions, and the thunderclouds are falling behind. At this point, the mast is glowing brightly and almost pulsating.
So the ship went underwater, or at least submerged, or we did.
It's slightly submerged and came up because it hit with such an impact. Yeah,
Okay.
it's able to.
We were out of the water
It's
when
a
we were on
tough
top of the
ship,
manta
too.
ray.
All right.
I mean, if it wasn't tough, it'd kind of be a pile of shit.
Ha ha ha!
Jake's like,
At,
I'm done with you all. I'm done.
at that point, Oliver kind of crawls out of the trap door and goes, "Well, there goes that paycheck." He stands up, brushes off his shoulders, says, "Yeah, you're lucky too. My spells have really kept her together this long, and she came pre-stocked with a few too." As he points at the mask.
I look at him like dead in the eye, and I'm just like, dude, is the coffin still down there? I'm just saying, we can still bury it and pretend this never happened.
Oh wow.
He nods. I hadn't thought of that.
I don't know. That thing may still be alive. You mean to tell me there's another sailor wizard, Xander? Your magic. I turned to Oliver. Your magic held this ship together that whole time?
He then takes off his hat and does a slight nod. And as in doing so, you notice he has these like bald patches all around, and his hair is like frayed, terribly so. And he goes, "Indeed, I sling a few spells."
Wow.
I do my best not to laugh.
Well, that's something. Between
He then does his best impression of a quick draw cowboy, takes his pistol out of his holster and fires off a what looks like a Roman candle that kind of like flickers into the sea before reholstering it.
I clap.
He's just like showing off for Hob.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look, Snaggletooth, the two sailor wizards kept us alive. They defeated the dwarven cyborg, and they also kept the ship going when it was flying through the air on a giant manta ray escaping a tornado.
I just clap him on the back, and I'm just like, and we helped.
Yeah.
Xander, not Xander, sorry. Oliver thinks to himself and he says, maybe this might be my last job. I think I might be settling down. I should have been good with. I should have been good with my last job. All those rubies and stuff. But then you guys stole them, so I thought, well, might as well go through with this job. But now this job turned out this way. I don't know what I'm gonna do. He kind of just sits for a moment. He goes, well, I don't know. Xander, where did you learn your spells from, by the way?
I learned them from my father. He was the spellcaster himself, but then some bad things happened, and I lost my father and my mother, and then I decided to pick up sailing and get as far away from my hometown as possible because of all the tragedy that I suffered. And yeah, that's where I started to learn magic, was from my dad, but I never finished my training.
Well, maybe I should. I don't have a wife. I don't have anyone to do that. Maybe I think I could maybe find a job tutoring magic or something. Surely I can show my tricks to somebody. That might be worth something. But I don't think the sailing thing's for me.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. The sea is a wiry mistress.
Indeed. At this point,
Captain Xander, then.
At this point, the ship has been sailing itself for some time. The pulsating mast begins to send a flash of energy towards the wheel of the ship. The wheel of the ship makes a sudden turn. The whole ship kind of juts slightly as you guys approach an island on the horizon.
Land ho, Captain.
And then, like a bride turning to see you for the first time, the whole island pivots, revealing luxurious mountains and green ample jungles. And nestled between this valley, you can actually see this vibrant city. The city itself, some miles away at this point, seems to be littered with buzzing birds, these like scuttering clouds of black and purple that kind of hover over the city. And he goes, there it is. That'd be Desosa, the Eager Isle.
How do you spell that, Jake?
It's just as it sounds. So I gotta spell it out myself to even know how to. Yeah, so it's Deso. Deseosa. Desosa.
Desosa. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
I feel like that's too complicated a common word for a half-orc. So, fair warning, I'm just going to call it the seesaw.
The seesaw, that's fine. As you guys approach, you notice that the island continues to rotate. And you guys actually have to turn the ship and adjust course just to make it upward, or like just able to make it into the harbor. It takes a steady hand to get the ship through. Normally, I'd say this is a very difficult check, but Xander does have the sailor background, so I will allow him to make a flat roll d20. Actually, you have a good dex, right? Go ahead and add your dex mod. Remembering you have you don't have a great dex. Never mind. Just a flat roll. I'm not going to give you a penalty for it. And you're muted.
So just 1d20?
Yep, just a d20.
That'd be a 6.
Not great. You guys, ships scrape up against each other with a few other ships as you guys make port. A few frowning dwarves on the ship next to you scoff rude remarks as you guys make your way to port, but you have officially made your way here.
Hey, I'm sailing here!
Yeah, that's basically what they say back, with some other comments as well.
Cool. We made it to Desaosa.
Well, I guess we'll need to try to find some other work here.
Oliver, can you point us in the direction of like the town hall?
Phew. This city's pretty big. At this point, you guys would have seen, especially you, Xander, you would have seen that the birds from a distance, now you realize are not birds at all. But the entire sky is littered with these parasols. There are these like floating umbrellas everywhere. And a few of them you see landing to people nearby, and most of them seem to be attached with documents. Some of them have scrolls attached to them, some of them have parchments attached to them. Not parchments, parcels attached to them, these packages. People are receiving mail via these parasols, and there's hundreds of them scattered about the sky.
Are there no phantoms?
There are no phantoms to be seen.
Oh my.
At this point, Oliver says, "Yeah, this city's pretty big. You might actually do better off making your way to the first station." He then gives you like the layabouts. He uses his fingers as direction, so like he points like dead ahead, and he's like, "So here are the key streets. This is where you have most of your residentials. And if you go that way," and he points to the left, he goes, "That leads out to the muddy docks." As like you can find fishermen with mud holes that way, and then he points to the right and he goes, "And that way is Petalborough." Now I haven't been here in some years, but last time I was here, that was a wild sight to see. And then he points like straight ahead again. He goes, "But if you head through the key streets, you can make your ways to the Monarch Station." And he then describes in elaborate detail a steam engine, like a train that's on the island.
Cool. Sounds like a place to find work to me. What do you guys think?
Sounds really interesting.
It's right to me.
What was so interesting to see about the Petalborough?
Well, there was walking plants, and there were a few wily young folk that were being pretty lewd, to say it lightly. There were a few. Well, just you might as well just go there and find out. It's pretty it's a sight to see.
Who runs this place?
Oh, that would be the Duchess of Underfoot. The Underfoot clan kind of runs the whole place.
I would know who that is.
You can give me a check since you're a noble background.
What kind of check?
Wisdom.
I do not. Probably 7.
7. It sounds halfling, but you actually don't recognize the name.
Never heard of them. Well, walking plants and you... What kind of folk?
He said young folk.
Young folk. It does sound interesting. Also, I am hungry.
He then approaches Xander. He gives you 50 gold. And shakes your hand. He says, well, I appreciate getting us this far. I don't know if I feel so good offering them an empty coffin. I feel like that's not going to do me well. But then again, money is money. He kind of thinks to himself.
This is the same guy who was about to end a trade relationship with Oaksley over gemstones that I'm not sure why he was so sure were his, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's totally against handing over an empty coffin after the innards of the coffin came for our lives.
Yep.
I say we head down the key streets to this engine at the center of the city.
I grab the bridge of my nose and then open my eyes again and just roll them really exaggeratedly, and then I just follow the wizard.
Alright. You guys start walking down. First thing you notice is there are a few hobbits in the streets. Each of them are wearing these olive drab cloaks that come to like the ground below them, hiding their torsos and their feet. And they each kind of come forward, and they're all holding these wicker baskets. Oh, greetings! Would you like some of our delicious limes? And they each have a bunch of limes in their baskets.
Wicker baskets, limes. Who's holding it again? What are they called? Or what do they look like?
They're halflings. Bunch of halflings.
Oh, hello, fellow. And what are they just called halflings?
I think they're just called halflings. We can call them whatever we want. We know what they are. I call them brute folk.
I'm going to call them rude folk too then, because that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, hello, fellow rude folk. These are my friends, and we're in a crew together. Do you know of a place where there's work in the area?
Oh, I believe Escarbale is hiring farmers if you will to till the land. Or
something else.
Oh, there's also he kind of whispers, and he says, "I heard a rumor."
Lean in.
the Wintercrest Tower. He points over towards some buildings. You can't really see a tower from here. He says, "I heard the Wintercrest Tower is hiring a new apprentice."
I look back to Xander and I nod sounds magic-y.
Yes, I thought so as well. But also, totally unrelated. The Moonlight Theater did burn down a couple days ago.
Oh no!
And then he winks at you. He says, "Totally unrelated."
Oh no! I wink back.
So did you want some limes?
Nope. Bye.
Are you trying to sell us limes now?
He was always trying to sell some limes.
I missed that part entirely. I was just like, what? That's great.
What was I gonna ask? I know I was gonna say something stupid, but that's what I'm here to do. I can't remember what it was now. But
by the way, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say I split the gold 3 ways. I don't know how that works with 50.
Gosh.
50 gold pieces. So how does that work?
20-20-10.
Makes sense to me.
I'm half.
Or amount for the halfling.
Yeah.
Or 15 gold pieces each. 15 gold pieces each, and then I take on an extra gold piece.
You're very kind, but I'll take 10. I or less actually, because I have to play AD&D next week, so it's a good idea for me to have some gold. I need to eat. Could I have maybe 5? And then you guys just split 25 each? Or well, no, I'm sorry, that's not right. What?
It's easier just to do 10. You get 10 gold pieces.
2.5.
And Snaggletooth. No,
yeah, 2
me
and
and
3.
Snaggletooth get.
Yeah.
Me and Snaggletooth get 20, and you get 10.
That's fine.
just the easiest.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. I am very tired.
you.
I'll actually have 3 silver.
I'm looking forward to not starving.
Oh, let's go get something to eat, and maybe we could find some work, Xander. What with this tower looking for an apprentice?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Xander, go ahead and give me a d6.
Of
A 5?
yeah.
You guys walk for a ways, looking for a establishment. You find a small cafe. You can see there are a few small circular tables, each with their own fine tablecloth, and ordained with fancy silverware, and a single waiter who comes out providing them with food. This looks to be like a bakery, and they have all these pastries available. There's no signage or indication of business, but it does look welcoming. But you can also continue if you wish.
Is this in the direction where is this where he said the key streets were?
Yes, this would be within the key streets.
What's the name of the cafe?
There is none.
Okay.
There's no name or like the designation.
Hello. I like lean in the door or the window.
Say no bricks.
You lean in. There's a face of an elderly human that meets yours and goes, "Oh, greetings. Hang on a moment." You see this elderly woman kind of stumbles up, grabbing a cane, and waddles towards you. She goes, "Can we help you today?"
I want a sandwich.
Oh, okay. She turns back around. She goes, "Oh, Donegan. You see there's this middle-aged man who's wearing this fine white apron, who's tending to some other people at a table. Turns around and goes, "Yes, mother." Goes, "These fine folks would like a sand and a witch." He goes, "What?" He goes, "What do you want, dear?" And she turns back to you.
I'm so hungry. I turn to the young person. I'm hungry.
Okay, you can have the seat here, and he shows you all to a table. So we have fine breads, pastries, and cake.
Cake. Cake. What kind of cake?
That's fruit cake.
What kind of pastries?
Well, he goes and he pulls up. It looks like a turnover that has strawberry jam in the middle, and it has this fine white icing across the top of it.
I see that, and I just put all like 5 gold pieces down. I'm like, and then in like a bellowing, deep growl, I'm like, I want it now.
You see sweat begins to go across his brow, and he goes, "Mother, you may have to call your sister." And she goes, "Oh, really? All right." You then see a parasol fly off from the kitchen.
Don't mind my friend. He's just a little eager and hungry, that's all. He'll take a pastry.
That's fine. Hungry is good. Is anything I can get for the rest of you?
I'll take a pastry too.
yeah.
How much are they?
I don't remember what Mother's charging at the moment. I'd imagine less than a gold. She doesn't ever value them at what they're worth.
I like scrape back 4 gold pieces.
All right. He then.
I want to buy exactly 1 gold's worth of pastries.
All right, we can manage that. He then turns quickly and enters the kitchen area. You hear some clattering and some murmuring. He comes back out. He has a fine, large turnover for each of you. And then he also provides a glass and shows the bottle. And he goes, and some wine for the lady?
I'm the lady.
Oh, I gotta snatch it. Don't mind if I do. Start drinking it.
That's not a reaction I expect from anyone for a half-orc lady. I nod and take it, and then I'm just like, as I'm taking it, I'm just like, why you throw away umbrella?
They come back. He says,
I look at him with this, like, I give him a look like I'm totally an idiot to keep talking.
I assume you are visitors of the island. Yes, the Parasol Post. Pay a small fee for the year. You get these umbrellas. They can deliver your packages, letters, whatever you need. It's at first it's quite tiresome to see them clogging up the sky, but it is efficient, and information travels here faster than any other island. You could say it's revolutionary. It was Wintercrest's idea. We've been keeping the Parasol Post going for some time now.
It's like, guess that priest was really dumb because he sent the coffin on the ship.
Yeah. He just nods with a smile.
Whose idea was it again? Parasol Post?
Oh, the Wintercrest Tower. Yes.
Oh, that's where we might have a job. Say, what else do you know about the Wintercrest Tower? I like just bury my face in the powder and then I like raise my head like I'm like a cocaine addict. Somewhat normal again.
He grins as he offers you a napkin. He says, "Oh, they say there's no entryway and only an arcanist can open the door. But I've never actually ventured that far to the west myself."
It's to the west,
That's
then.
different from Wizard.
Is it toward the muddy docks?
It's before you make it there. You'll see it once you pass. And he actually gives you like a detailed map. Here, I'll try to draw this out for you on Roll22 so you can have it. Gotta get rid of all this because that ain't here anymore. Okay, actually, I'll just draw it down here. Alright, Jolly tool. Alright, so he gives you a map, so that's not working at all. My browser not working here. Let's just try again. We'll just try again. Roll20 wants to be Roll20.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's frustrating. Okay. That's like its one job is to be Roll20.
Yeah, it's like its one job is just so I can draw something, and it's like, yeah, you can't draw. Alright, so down here. So click the draw tool. So he shows you, he points in this direction, he says the tower's over here, but first you'd have to go up past the edge.
I don't see it.
I see.
You'll have to do the pan thing if you want to show me, because I'm not sure.
What I'll do here is we'll go to a different screen so I can draw on that, because I'm not taking the time to do all that. Well, I was on a different screen anyway, so it's fine. That's why you can't see it. I have to be on the same screen you guys are on for it to work. Okay. And I'm describing this to Thomas, who can't see any of this anyway. So if this is your map, right? You guys are here, right? And he says the Wintercrest Tower is here. And you ask about the mud docks, and he points this direction.
Wait,
the mud docks.
I don't see anything. You'll have to pan the camera, I think, if you. Is it over here that you're pointing at?
He just
Alright.
dragged us to like a circle with names in it. I think that's where we're at.
Alright. Hang on a second. Can you see this pinging?
Oh, over here?
Yes, over here. So the big blob I just drew is like the edges of the map. Okay, give a reference to it. And then within the blob, you guys are here at this X, right?
Okay.
So you guys are here. And then he shows the Wintercrest Tower is the small circle, and then the docks are over there at the larger circle. He says, but first you'll have to pass the Monarch Railway Station, which is kind of catty cornered, you guys. That's what he says. He's like, first you have to pass the Monarch Station, so you can go in a direction. That way. Yeah, that's basically how he describes it to you. He's like, first you have to pass the Monarch Station. However, there are different ways to go about it because you can go all across town. So at that point, you guys can like get your bearings and see that there's like this central train station that has a rail that goes all the way around like the visible city. It kind of goes around like this, and then it has station goes like that. Has like this figure eight style almost. Train kind of goes around the city.
Okay. All right. So I've got key. Ooh. Is that my dog? I think my dog farted so loudly that like it sounded like a balloon like deflated in the room. Like it just. I was like, what happened?
Like half yawning, half burping. Sorry.
The pedal burrow is that along the Monarch Station rail to the east?
So yeah, what he shows you, Petalboro would be. I'm gonna try to change colors here.
I'm like literally getting this map ready. I'm gonna use the hell out of this map. These maps, when I made a map of what was the name of that island? Deepstone, and the other one too. I used it so much. Anyways, in Ukashe, Deepstone, and
That's right.
I used the map so much, especially like just to reference where things were in Ukashe, so I could keep it in my brain. Anyways, and I'll post this also. We can post all this in Roll20 or Discord.
All right, so he shows you the mud docks would be the brown circle, and then Petalboro would be the purple circle.
Oh, okay.
He does ask why you guys are in town and what business you have, because he could give you directions from there too.
This point is to find this plant place because it sounds like the plants could be friends with me and Sandra.
By the way, is Snaggletooth carrying the pile of bricks in his wheelbarrow or in her wheelbarrow this whole time?
I assume so because I kept it in my inventory.
Okay, yeah, you say you're pushing the bricks along with you. He raises an eyebrow. He's like, plants? Petalboro, they're known for gardening all kinds of flowers. He then points across the street. You can see outside of someone's house, like at their windowsill, you can see there are these large orchids that have this black and purple coloring to them. He goes, yeah, the Olives Guild, they actually plant all kinds of plants all around. But their base is within the Petalboro, so yeah.
I just like nod along with what he's saying while I'm like daydreaming about having plant friends that dance around Sandra while she rumbles.
So, my friend, do you know of any work about town?
Oh, let me think. Go ahead and give me a d6.
6.
6. He looks at you and goes, you could try the modeling gigs that are available. the Downies up at Dragon Swallow Lake, and he's going to point over here, further to the west. Dragon Swallow Lake, they have these fine coats, and if you are to their liking, you could get a job modeling their coats, peddling their coats for them. You could get a fancy payment that way. There's all kinds of jobs you could get here. You could get jobs for, like myself, where you tend to people's needs. But I don't know what kind of work are you in? Are you a mason? And he points at the stack of bricks.
No, not quite. We're adventurers. We're kind of soldiers for hire, so to speak.
Oh, so you're kind of like the blemished then.
The who?
The blemished. Let's see. He begins to look for an individual. He doesn't seem to find one. He looks over his shoulder. There are people in town. They keep the streets free of pesky monsters, whatnot. The demons and the ghosts and the hobbits and whatnot. Those things that come out at night. Well, the blemished, they keep the streets from being blemished.
They're called the blemished, and they keep the streets from being blemished.
Oh well, we call them the blemished because oftentimes in their line of duty, they tend to get scars and covered in soot. Almost always it's soot.
Gotcha. Okay. Where's their headquarters at?
Oh. Good question. I have to actually look at my notes. He says, if you... He looks over his shoulder. He's like, normally you could find some here. But actually, if you head north, there is an area of town known as Linderlock. If you head towards Linderlock, you're bound to find their base.
Linderlock. Gotcha. Okay. So after we're done finished eating our pastries, boys, y'all want to check out the Wintercrest Tower?
Yeah.
To me.
Okay. So you guys are able to enjoy your pastries and stuff. So it's the gold for your pastry, and then if you guys would like to actually have this count as a ration, it'd be a second gold piece.
Okay.
I do that.
Okay, so you guys go for seconds and have some nice sourdough biscuit, which is a bit more satisfying, a bit more sustaining.
God, you're making me fucking hungry.
Yeah, me too.
I've had 2 Hot Pockets since we've been sitting.
I heard the microwave, yeah. That's the way to do it right there.
Now I just want to get some sourdough bread and make a grilled cheese with it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Right. Oh, God.
Okay, I guess we're off to Wintercrest Tower.
Okay, enjoy. Please come again soon.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye. He stands there waving you off, as there are 3 angry dwarves who have not been waited on for over an hour standing behind him.
Nice.
All right, you guys are heading towards Wintercrest Tower. You then hear the rushing of a steam engine nestle its way into a large brick building. The tracks of this train track are elevated on these like a brick monorail that kind of goes across, so you guys can walk under the archway under the train tracks to continue towards the tower, which now appears like the eldest child, just barely above those around them. This tower stands up a few stories above the other buildings, does a loop-de-loop, and then continues upward. there are no like defining features about the tower itself. Like there's no windows or balconies or anything. But it's just a few hundred yards away. At this point, you can see the staircase that leads, the stone staircase that leads up to the railway station itself. And you can also see there are a couple of vendors that have set up booths beneath the archways here in the shade of the archways, where they seem to be. A few of them seem to be selling more of these like limes in these wicker baskets. The same characters in the olive drab cloaks. You also see a few people near them who are peddling flowers, and you also see a few people peddling what looks to be like dairy products, like cheeses and butters. But yeah, that's what you can see from here, and the tower is just forward.
I hate to be the one to do it, but it's like 5 minutes till. You mind if we call it?
You're fine. Yeah, so we can stop there. Are you guys approaching the tower? Call it good enough.